Hi loves, this is Bebe Lolita and I am at another adventure here for Vlogoween and welcome to the channel. So this is a really cool paranormal trip because this is in a historic site. So I wanted to come on before the gates close and take you to what they call the old Presbyterian burial ground. Now, at this grounds, you have, and I'm looking over there reading, but I came to see Agnes, the grave of Agnes of Glasgow. She was born 1760 and she passed away 1780. And this is what you call a case of love. Could be unrequited love, but I'm going to go with love because that's what the historical content goes of. This is also the burial grounds of a lot of historic people here in Camden, South Carolina. And it's very overcast, and so I love this because it's kind of spooky ooky. And I didn't bring any of my paranormal equipment, which would be my two walkie-talkies with the Morse code. I just came to be very authentic as possible. So it's also the grave of Dr. Isaac Alexander, born 1750, 1812, the grave of Colonel Henry Nixon, 1800 to 1829, and the Revolutionary War Memorial. So I'm going to turn this around and let you see just what I was reading. And this is a really beautiful grounds here. Very, has some haunting looks about it. So, people come out here and you can just look at everything. And this was the Presbyterian Meeting House. Near this memorial stood the Presbyterian Meeting House, first place of the worship in Camden after that of the Quakers. It was built about 1774 on a land given by Colonel Joseph Kershaw and confirmed in his will dated 1778. And the first building was destroyed by the British and rebuilt after the Revolution. In 1805, a third church was erected here and called the Bethesda, which was used until the present church on DeKalb Street, which was built in 1820 to 1822, and that was given by the Presbyterian to the Cemetery Association in 1915. So we're going to walk on in because the gates do close at 6. And like always, I do have my firearm present. And at the back where we're walking, that is Agnes's grave. And she was said that her lover, oh gosh, some of these graves are cracked. Her lover was in the army, and she loved him so much she just didn't want to be without him. So she hit the seas, and she actually stowed away on a ship. And then she went through the forest and she made her way here only to miss him. He wasn't here in Camden. So she got ill and she passed away. So we are now entering to Agnes Glasgow's grave. And it's a very small grave. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Agnes of Glasgow, 1760-1780. Here sleeps Agnes of Glasgow, who tradition says followed her lover with the British Army across the ocean and through the wilderness to Camden. She was taken by death before she found him and buried here at night by King Hygler and his men. And that is her grave. That's the headstone. People leave little trinkets. I like to just say a prayer and not leave any trinkets. Now, you have different trees and different things that is a forest, so you have to be very careful. And so this is her headstone and everything. And this is where she sleeps. So you could tell she was short, like maybe almost shorter than me, because from the foot to the head, that's short. And then you got those woods there. So you do have to be careful. Even though there's a clearing, You just don't know about different animals. And they say that you can see her haunting this graveyard and through the woods looking for her lover. So can you imagine stowing away on a boat and then just leaving? So I'm gonna stand this way. And I'm a romantic. Some people say that if you come here, you get sickness right after because of her getting sick. But I do believe that if you are a romantic, that and you come with good vibes, that you may not get sick. I know that before I got here, though, I coughed. I came out and I was sneezing and coughing, and I was just like, oh my God, what is going on? So, and then my GPS wasn't working straight and everything. But you know what? I think, if anything, if she is a tortured soul, um, I think that she enjoys that people do come and people are really sincere. So again, just wanted to show this is her grave. Now there are some issues here about Hagler because he was, Native American Catawba, and he died. The dates, there are just like all wrong because, like, he was already dead by the time she was buried. But I just think it's so significant that she's buried here. So people leave rocks and flowers and stuff like that. Oh gosh, that scared me because that alert came through. And then there's a grave over there by itself, but I'm not going to go over there and bother that. I think one thing about women is that we love our own attention, and I came here to visit Agnes of Glasgow. So we'll bring that a little closer. I'll go up. And then you got all the trees surrounding. It's very peaceful. And it's very open. And so there lies Agnes. I was just trying to see what was up in the woods. It looked like something was up in the woods, and it's very soft ground. So I wanted just to show that. And then I'm going to take my frame by Agnes's grave. I'm trying to position it right. There we go. One love to you, girl. Honey, there's so many women who have crossed miles for their love. And there should be absolutely no shame at all. I will visit again. I would like to visit on a sunny day, but this is perfect, especially for Halloween. So Agnes, I really hope that you're resting in peace. And they both should have, be demised, of course. So I'm going to take some pictures here while I film. Or maybe I can't do that. I think I got the different phone here, but yeah, you could tell like she was real short. And I'm going to come back and just hold that frame so I could just take the picture that way. And they said they buried her in the cloak of darkness. The cloak of darkness. All I feel is really serene vibes. That's what I feel here. And so I'm just going to stand this way because I'm going to have to take some stills. And then I'm going to come around this way. And just to travel like a stowaway on a boat. I just feel real serene vibes. I don't feel any curiosity vibes or anything. It was a little bit spooky, like trying to come up at first, but we'll take another look here. at the back side of her grave. And then I'm walking on somebody else's grave. See, this is it. Like, you better know your graveyards. Because, like, right here, this is someone's grave. See that? That's no disrespect there either. Okay. And then that's another beautiful shot right there from this angle. And I'm very sure this tree probably blooms. So I'll definitely be coming back. But yeah, this is an amazing look at some of these headstones. But um, if you ever come visit, that's it. Agnes of Glasgow. And there's a little grave over there. Can you see? Tilt that. At least they have her by a tree and in the cloak of darkness. You know, so many women have lost their lives. I'll take another picture there. So many women have lost their lives. So I wore black just to, you know, show my love. Because I'm a woman. I'm a woman that loves very deeply. And like I said, I remember back in my days, I would travel miles. If you had to get something off your chest to someone, that they would travel miles. So that's what love does. We'll take another look from this angle. Nothing to be ashamed of, because honey, when you love, you just love. And like Tennyson said, these are other graves I'm just showing you. Better to have loved than to never have loved at all. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do another view this way, and then I'm going to pan and do another view this way. So women have been loving hard for the longest. Okay? And that's what I feel. I just feel like this was a woman who did what she had to do, and it's a testament for so many other people who do what they have to do. Also out here you have Abraham Lincoln's, golly, look at that. Now you know I'm crazy because I'm going to look down in there. Can you see anything in there? Oh my God. I'm looking in that crack. My gosh. That's crazy. There's just something about cracked graves I just don't like. But then I'm just the chica to go look. Very quiet out here. And I'm walking it back up, and there's some other graves here that have like tilted. But this is an old cemetery, so the earth shifts, you know. And then over here, let me just point you over here. Look at this. Like, has the moss. But look at there. I'm just going to show you. Look at that. And then you could go inside there. So she's out here with some illustrious company. You could believe that. Okay. So at first I was a little apprehensive coming through here, you know. But they keep the gates open and everything. So we're going to take a look at this. This is Angram. That's what that says. And then when you step inside hollow ground, like I've been saged and smudged to the fullest, okay? So, and some of these graves are like cracked. Look at that. But I'm going to come back and let a historian, and look at that one over there. It's just kind of warped. Okay, and there's Agnes, because that's who we came to see over there. Agnes, you are still the focal point. And then look at this. That looks like in love and memory, but that thing is cracked. These things, and then look at the trees. Could spirits be here? Do you see that? Oh gosh, look at that one over there. You know, I hate to be saying like graves are cute, but that one at the end over there is so petite like. Wow. And then down there is the newer graveyard. This is the old one. And there's Agnes. Okay. And then I just make my way out of this graveyard here, this part right here. It just to show you, like, that's just something. And you got people consistently coming through here and everything, so this is amazing. And then when you go this way, you can walk up. There are some more graves here. Let me just show you. Right up here, and then this says the American Revolutionary War, 1775 to 1783. And just look at these. So we're gonna walk it on up. Just look at that. I'm not gonna just show too many names, but it just shows so much history there and everything. And it has like the names and memorandum, and there's Agnes still over there. So yeah, this is like really a part of history for a lot of people, you know. And me, myself, being a woman of color, and then, you know, having grandparents and great-grandparents, Native American descent, Creole, ethnicity, nationality, Cuban. Also my family, you know, we do have the mulatto vibes. And on my mom's side of the family, you know, the slave master was one of the grandfathers when he had relations with the slave grandmother. And okay, this is how we came to be. So when people say, oh my gosh, you're taking the slave master's name, in our instance, in one of the things, it's the grandparents, so we by for real have their name. That's just the way it is. It's not our story, but it's other people's story as well. So I'm gonna give one last love look to Agnes. Be well, Agnes. Love and light. And love and light to all women. Bye-bye, Agnes. We'll come back and we explore more, because I'm going to come back with a historian. But I definitely want to do this on my own. It's getting a little dark, and we're going to go see the other part of the graveyard before they close. We're going to do a ride through. So stay locked in with me. We visited Agnes of Glasgow, and I felt really good vibes. Some little haunting moments there, but you know me, I keep it authentic as much as possible. So we're going to just show you these little last looks. One last look at Agnes down there. So if you come here, just straight down and then look down there. This just looks like this could be a movie theater or just something extra special. So just ask for the old Presbyterian burying ground. And again, the grave of Agnes de Glasgow, which is right back there. And it's a good vibe. So we're going to stay on into the truck here, and we're going to go back and drive through before the gate closes down there. Okay, I'm going to have you pull some of this over. That's fine. They're just wondering who we are, so it's probably, might be one of the historians. So we're still live streaming. If you could turn around, we're going to ride through that other graveyard. So let's get it before they close. We got about 30 minutes. But yeah, this was so cool. This was like really cool. Coming here and seeing the vibes, and then we're gonna come back with a historian, and then also come on a sunny day, especially with her having, you know, the tree right there by her grave. That's so cool, because it probably, you know, blooms really good too. So I'm glad I'm not driving today, so I can be more in control here. So we're gonna do a turnaround and go down to the more up-to-date graveyard, and here we go. So we're rolling down here, and they have these gates open for everyone to see. So this was just real cool. I did not at all want to bring my walkie-talkie at all. We're gonna go straight through there, but we gotta slow down. Well, no, I guess you go, yeah. And we're going to go slow. We're going real slow. Okay. Okay. Now, take a look at this. These are like... I just have this thing for graveyards with historical value and content to them and character. You can just roll slowly, miss. Because you got to roll up and down, go straight. And, oh my gosh, what would you call these? Are these pecan trees? And, like, we have the squirrels. There was a squirrel that, like, came out to play. But then, I think, you know, squirrel was watching me. And I was probably watching the squirrel. So, I mean, just take a look at that. And there's some other cool graveyards with so much history. Okay, slow down. Yeah, just look at that, because we got 30 minutes. Look at that. That's wow. Okay, go ahead. Oh, no, stop right here, though. Let me look at that. Look at that cross. Go up a little bit more. Just a little bit. Excuse me, y'all. We're live streaming. Uh-oh. I'm coughing. Okay, go up some. Just coast it. Because when we come back, I'll be on the other side. So I'll just stay on this side. There were some graves that were cracked. It was like, wow. So I'm looking at some of these graves here, and it's just like, okay, stop. Some of these stones are, monuments. Okay, go ahead and coast. They just have so much character to them, and you're just like, wow. Okay, look at that one. And then, like, the grass. Oh my gosh, look how, stop. Look at that. Go up a little bit. It's broccoli tree. Look how deep that is. Look how down deep they're in there. Ooh, ooh. Okay, keep going. So this is live stream, y'all. Hope you all enjoy this. I know we got a lot of death hags out there that really love the historical content. Look how some of these things have just unearthed up. And then you got flowers with some, and look like some of them have like grass growing under them. So, it could be. Oh, wow. Okay, look at those two big ones come up right there. Wow. Then like family plots of everything. There's another graveyard I'm gonna be taking you all to even after Vlogoween is over with. But I mean, some of these, like, look at that. They're like in a semicircle back there. Wow. Wow. Okay, and then if you go this way, we're gonna go around the thing. It's just best to keep us straight. Okay, stop right here. Look at this family. Do y'all see that? Kind of reminds me of this stop. Kind of reminds me of like this Boston family, but theirs was like very unique. Okay, keep going. Oh gosh, stop. Look at that tree, you all. Can y'all see that? Like, I love those countries. What kind of tree you call that? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna keep around. Like, this is amazing. Amazing. So definitely I'm going to come back with see that tree? I'm definitely going to come back with the historians and let them just show us what's what. Wow. Boy. And they close these grounds at 6, okay? Because they know that you got some really, far out people out there. And, wow. Now look at those. Stop. Look at those right there. And it's so interesting to see this. Okay. And then take a look back that way. That's where we came from, everybody. So this is not even the full scope. Like, you would need to just drive around this. But I don't know if they're open on Sundays, which they should, because a lot of people come visit. Oh, look at these. Look at these. Stop. Look at that. And this is so beautiful because check it out. Like, okay, drop a little bit. We didn't even go around all of this yet. It's just because, and look at these. These are the three. Yeah, stop. Look at that. Like the three crosses. Those crosses are just like beautiful in erection and everything. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, so you could just have a lot of people. And look at that tree. Wow. Just look at this. This is amazing. And then you got, you know, some mausoleum type vibes. Like, look at that right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm gonna let you go up a little bit. And some people are leaving flowers, so like, you can go up a little bit. Okay, yeah, like right there. Oh my God. And look at the older graves that are like right there. And then that is just, wow. Mm-hmm. Now I wonder if you go down here. You won't want to go down there? You just want to keep going straight. Okay. Like this is somebody's big grave right here. Like they got their whole stop. Like they got their whole thing surrounding that. Can you see it? Just trying to show you. I mean, like, you know, that's somebody special. Yeah. So, and look at that tree. Like, even the trees look like spooky, and you can just tell like there's a lot of history. You know, like you already know that there's a lot of history out here. Okay, and then stop. Look at this one. This is encased, but it's just, it looks like one grave is in there, but I'm not sure. So we'll just keep going. And then stop, full stop, stop. Look at that. Like these, this is kind of remind you of like New Orleans. So that's just like, wow. And then if you look back at those, yeah, okay, keep going. And like people can walk up through here and everything. Like these people are buried up top. You see that? Like old school. That's wild. So you know, like my walkie-talkie would be probably just going straight off. Okay, stop. Look at this. I'm gonna take you all back to that. Look at that one. It's like the one in the middle is short and like really dirt on it and everything. Oh my God. And just the way the trees align this, like, oh my goodness. Okay, stop. Let me get that view there. And look across there. This is amazing. Look, you could just roll slow. Like, this is amazing. And then we're coming up on this big, and look at those crosses right there. Stop. Look at that. Okay, and we're coming up. Go up a little bit. This tall erection thing right here. Okay, yeah, stop. Go up a little bit. Let me see if I can get a middle angle. And those crosses are just everything the same, but they're kind of tilted, you see? But look at that. And right by the magnolia tree. And then it's big too. Stop. It's big, and then you got others inside there. So that's like, oh, I wonder who that is. This is amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. And then look through there. I mean, the trees, the whole naturalness just brings this whole place alive. And I would love to know, like, who is the caretaker. And then, like, look, you go up a little bit. Oh my gosh, you could, like, sit on this bench, like, stop. Oh my God, and look at that big one. I'll pull it back. Let you see that. Oh my gosh, that's like, wow. That is just, like, so wow. And then look at those over there. Okay. And I'm trying to get the beauty here. Let me just show them that. Like, this is the beauty of this thing. Now, stay right here because I'm going to talk a little bit. This is so, like, my jam, my thing. And it's just so beautiful through here. So we'll definitely be back. We'll be back with a historian and then talk a little bit more about Agnes and all of that. Because, you know, there's a more deeper story there. So, at any rate, we're going to ride on out here. Like, this just looks like something that an artist would just, like, paint. A writer's dream for just creating when it comes to, like, this graveyard. And so it's a bigger ride through. So we'll definitely do that again at a later time. What is that saying? Caution? Brochure. There's water right there. Okay, let me stop. Let me see if I can. Okay, let me see if I can get out because there was some water. They have like brochures. And my mom locked the door. Do not. Yeah, but it locked by itself. Don't move because it will automatically lock. Don't, because I hear a dog. Thank you. My mom is like, you know. Mom is bomb. I'm going to take some of these brochures here. Mom will leave you. I think my mom is like one of those people. See, I'm going to do a panoramic vibe right there. Mom is one of those people like, you know, and look at that grave over there, like, right there. Mom is one of those people who, if stuff gets real, she'll leave you. I mean, she wouldn't leave her baby, but you never know because she just locked that door. Well, she didn't really lock the door. It's automatic. I was telling them, like, you one of those people who would leave. Stuff got real. But she wouldn't. She wouldn't. So we're definitely gonna be back. And that's it. And those gates, they close at 6. And I'm sure, stop. This is probably like the caretakers where you can go in and kind of talk it out and everything. And go straight, don't turn. So we're gonna ride it back up to where Agnes de Glasgow. So it's not that much of a difference because it's like right over there. You know, this is just for visual purposes when you come here. So yeah, she's down the way here. And that's it. Yeah, you could turn. Okay. So there we have it. And then you got some more other historical markings out here that we will be talking about as time goes on and everything. But this was so cool. And I wanted to definitely, you know, keep it as authentic as possible. And then, like, if you look this way, like, it's so overcast the other way, but then you got blue skies this way. So that still goes back to what I was saying before, like when I covered the Mary McLeod Bethune for Vlogoween, that no matter the gray skies in your life, is always, you know, that silver lining and the blue skies, and like they will come. Okay, straight. So the directions are very easy once you come here if you want to come and visit Agnes of Glasgow's grave and others, because it's a very historic spot, and I think a lot of paranormal persons would love this, and just people who love history like myself, historian, will love this. And it was so great to come through. Oh, I'm burning up, and I guess I'm burning up because of the cape. There was some, like, can you maneuver that for me? And I love this too, because you're like, you're live streaming, like there's no edits to this or anything. And that's what I do love about doing these things with like no edits. Oh gosh, that never feels so good. But I took my cape out there mainly to make sure that, you know, the breeze was coming, and just go straight all the way down. You know where you're at after that, right? Right. Because that takes you back downtown. And then you can go out toward Walmart that way, and there's different gas stations and stuff down that way. Okay? But at any rate, I'm just still talking to you all. I thought this was really, really cool to come out here. And I mean, love is love. When you love someone, you just love someone. Let me see. We're straight, you know, but if you need me to direction you all the way through, make a right. okay? And then when you get all the way to the end, you can see the church, and then you'll make a left, and then just go back right and find a gas station. You got it? Go up to the light and make it. Make a left. Or make a right back this way. You want to do that? If you go back this way, you already know where you're going. And then we can come back and do some more things. Okay? So I think we're good. So if you make a right, you see that gas stations will be on the left. But, oh my gosh. I mean, love is love. You know, you have a lot of people who love and that they're romantics and all of that good stuff. And I am one of those people, okay? And like I said before, people travel. You know, I got friends and I've talked to people, especially being in media, and you hear stories through the ages of what you wouldn't do for love. And even though you can dissect it, see, when you start dissecting, then I mean, everybody's a fool for love. And if you're really trying to get to the gas station, I guess you would fly, right? But if not, then you would just do what you do. That's all I'm saying. But you know, if you start to dissect the reasoning for some of your choices, like dissect it through the ground, which is AKA for overthink it. If you start to like overthink things, then you would never get to that point where you're just doing it for authentic love. Of course, use your head. But if we dissect it, and I'm going to break that down when I do the case study, you know, and then you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so foolish. And then you're left with the melodies of what if I got on that boat and then made it to the Americas. And then that would haunt you. But you could tell, for such a young age, she was determined to find her love. Leaving Scotland and coming to the Americas to get in the left lane. Or, yeah, because the other one would be on up, depending on what you're using. Then still left lane by the McDonald's. And you got it from there. Because I'm going to stay on this for a minute. Like, you know, you're in Scotland. He leaves to go off to war. And there's no guarantee, like, if they'll come back. So she felt like the better choice would be to leave Scotland, to the Americas she comes, and they could start a life here, and, you know, all would be well, you know. I mean, talk about, stop. One of y'all gonna have to go up a little bit. Yeah, watch the cars and stuff. Like, stand by your man. Now, there is the truth to that, Agnes of Glasgow. She's definitely not in the group of what love's got to do with it. Okay? She's not in that group. Love lifts us up where we belong. I mean, you know, just all of this. Vibrations. So, I think that that's just wonderful. As far as someone that young. And then, you know, you could double it back to saying, yeah, that young and that foolish. Like, she'd never been off her own. If you want to say that can't be proven. Maybe she was well traveled, and so that's how she knew to take those steps. I mean, you have to have some type of smartness about you, even if you stowed away on a ship and then you make it that far. You know, you could throw the different scenarios out. Did she have some money? Or, you know, how did she move? Because she was doing some moving between Scotland to the Americas, you know, or from Scotland to England and then to the Americas. So you had to have some kind of wit about you just to do that, you know? And so then from there to get over here, and then that's when they were saying like the wires were crossed. Like she got information that that unit during the war times was making their way to Camden, South Carolina. So then she took that information, and then think about it, that young, going from Scotland to making it to the Americas, and then getting over here and getting to the destination where she thought he was. Like, she had to have been a learned person. You see? So these are the things that I'm going to just break down and everything. And it's just so sad that she did not get to connect with him. But that the love was so strong that this is what I'm going to do. You know, it's also a cautionary tale. But then you have so many others who come to this graveyard, this gravesite, and they show love to Agnes. I'm going to take this off here. But I thank you so much for locking in with me. This has been so cool. And just showing these real raw emotions. And I'm very emotional like right now. Like, because so many people get shamed. Like, you got different shame modes for people. Like, some people get shamed for being comfortable with their weight, being comfortable with their flaws. Some people get shamed for who they love. I have so many countless, well, thank God, not countless. Let me take that back. I have many stories of some women who never leaped. So they always were left to the end of their days with a what if, and they died that way. And then now you have women who took the leap and they didn't get to their destiny. But I like to think through all of that before she got sick, like, what an adventure though. You know, it's sad that, you know, she would get sick like that and never connect. But what an adventure that some people ever hope to get. And so as I leave you all, I always just say, when you do things and you take that moment, do it with no regrets. And shut the door. Shut the door. So you have to do it with no regrets. My mom is very spoiled and pampered. But I love these moments because when she looks back on these documentaries, she gets to see how spoiled and pampered she is. But I love taking her along because she is a trooper and everything. And I want nobody to think like mommy is not a trooper, everything. But my mom is very pampered and she's spoiled. And I'm spoiled. So I'm only chopping. I'm not pampered like that. But at any rate, some of the feelings that I got before I got here was, you know, a little unexpectedness, not knowing what to expect. And then a little jitteriness because being a feeling type woman and, you know, romantic and all that stuff, you just know what you're coming to because you heard the stories. Like, this woman traveled for love and romance, and then she got sick and passed away. You know, then you're hearing other moments, whereas, you know, he was in the city of Charleston where she left to come to Camden, South Carolina, where she was told. And you know, then you hear about who buried her, and then the dates are wrong. But, you know, despite any of those things, the thing is that here was a young lady that traveled for love, and then she trekked, and not just trekked, but like had to been other forms of transportation. She doesn't walk all that, but other forms of transportation to get where she did. And we're talking a young woman. So the vibrations were just very strong, but then they were very peaceful. Upon trying to get here though, like I said, I was coughing when I, you know, got in the vehicle, and I had to get like a ginger mint, sneezing, and like the legend of it says that you will get ill from visiting Agnes, look to be sick in the coming days. So we're gonna test that out, but I do know that I was coughing and sneezing out of nowhere when I stepped outside. So I was like, is that a pre-greet before you get there? I don't know. But I definitely believe in woman power, and I definitely believe in the power of love, and I believe in the power of romance. And, you know, like I always say, neither one of them are here now. Like, they're not in this world. There are spirit bound, and if their spirit bounces back here, you know. But I would like to think in the most romantic way, and in the best scenario that would make it a happy ending, that they're together now. There's this book, and I'm gonna leave you with this, and I hope that you all really enjoy this moment of Agnes of Glasgow, and just doing these raw moments without any paranormal equipment, but just using my vibe. I get a very strong-willed young lady, and there was this book, and it's a great read, Beatrice Smalls, and it's the Sky O'Malley series. I read it when I was like a teenager, and she had a lot of loves in her life, and at the very end of her life, she was ready to go. And through all her marriages and her romances and her loves and everything, all of them in the spirit world were waiting for her to cross over from the physical to the spiritual. And she walked with all of them hand in hand into the great beyond. So I would like to think that they all are in the great beyond, those two, and that is an extraordinary type love. I'm Bebe Davis. Thanks for locking in. I'll stop. You got all these people who back up, and people are looking for paydays in vehicles and everything. So you just have to kind of let everybody do their thing. See, this is the thing, okay? Agnes helped us out there, because that was going to be real ugly right there. That's what I like to think, okay? Girl power, stop. Gotta watch people helping them out.
Gas tank here.
Okay.
That's number 5.
You're still live stream. Let's show mommy, y'all. There she is.
Need to be singing.
She doesn't need to be seen, but she's always talking though. In my documentaries. So we're gonna show her. Okay, so yeah, definitely I like to just keep that vibe that, you know, they're in the afterworld and that they're cool. Hey.
I'm moving back. I'm moving back.
Boy, let me tell you all what's going on. Let me show everybody what's going on. Check it out. I want to show everybody what's going on here. Like, there's 2 wrecks from people. Okay? I love this. I love this documentary. Because if you don't have no good vibes, then all that bad karma will start coming. And I'm the only one rationalizing right now, okay? And I saved 2 freaking wrecks that happened just now. Okay, so that's it. Everybody's gonna laugh at this. But when I get ready to do the outtakes and I come back again, we're not going to have mommy with me because she does a lot of panicking and stuff. Like, you know, like you want to come see, you know, my mom is 70, so you got to look at that too with age and everything like that. Some things might not be, you know, as how they used to be, but she's cool, okay? She's working on all her cylinders, but, you know, like, when I go on these adventures and, like, if she's with me and visiting and all that other stuff, you know, she wants to go and she's very intuitive, okay? But when she gets there, she just starts freaking out. And I tell her where we're going. We're going to this thing and that thing. And so, you know, she just gets real freaked out and stuff like that. And I asked her, could you take over the wheel and everything? So then, you know, everything's cool. You've got to keep a level head. So now, getting out of that and getting back into more love and light, because mommy will be okay. But vibrations, when you don't have a really good vibration, then it sets off a chain of events. Just like those two wrecks that were going to happen, collisions with people. Okay? So you got to keep your space cool. I think that Agnes was really cool, Agnes de Glasgow, because from her trek from Scotland all the way to the Americas, she has a really good karma to her. Absolutely. Had to have. Okay? And then it's just the misfortunate of it. And then we can get into why possibly the things that she could have got sick. This is not her country and other things like that. But we'll definitely get into those things. But I thank you so much for locking in with me. I felt those real good vibes, except for like that coughing at the beginning, and people are saying like, look to get sick and that kind of thing. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm not even going to claim that kind of vibe. Not at all about getting sick. But I definitely keep you all posted. And I'm going to do an after show. So make sure you come back to this channel where I can do the after vibe. And then I'm going to have the case study at the First Official YouTube channel. So everyone, I'm Bebe Lolita, Cigar Saint Sister, Agnes of Glasgow. Peace and love, and to all you all, peace and love, and more to come. I'm Bebe, Cigara Saint Sister, for Vlogoween. Peace and love.